Hey everybody, it's Wendy. Welcome. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. We are going to start a series on Stampin' blends. This is one of the one of the items I get asked questions most often about because people want to know what the difference is between Stampin' blends and Stampin' Write markers. So I'm going to show you that, and then throughout the month of June I'll be showing you other stuff that has to do with the Stampin' blends. So to start out, you need StazOn ink if you're going to use Stampin' Write markers. Stampin' Write markers are dye-based or water-based, and Stampin' blends are alcohol-based markers, and you need to use Tuxedo Memento black ink or another alcohol-safe ink when you are using any alcohol marker. You can also use dye-based inks when you use the Stampin' blends, like if you want to do no line coloring, but you cannot use the Stampin' Write markers with dye-based or Memento because it will smear the ink. So here I'm going to stamp my StazOn ink. So I've stamped StazOn ink at below, Memento ink at the top, and then I'm going to color so that you can see the difference in how they color. Because a lot of people ask me, well, if I have all the Stampin' Write markers, I don't really understand why I would need Stampin' blends. And my answer is always they are completely two different tools. They do not do the same things. You can do a lot of fun techniques with Stampin' Write markers, like coloring them onto a clear block and picking them up with a paintbrush that has some water on it and using it to watercolor. You can color directly on a stamp with a Stampin' Write marker and then stamp that image down. But here's what it looks like when you color a large area with a Stampin' Write marker. Do you see how you get all this? I don't know. Some people call it modeling, but it's basically like an inconsistency in the color. And you've got light and dark spots, and you have lots of areas where you can tell you've maybe colored over it more than once. You don't have that when you use something like Stampin' blends or other alcohol type markers. The whole point of an alcohol marker is that it gives this very soft blend, and it makes the coloring seamless so that you don't see a bunch of lines when you're coloring. All the image looks very soft and covered. So I'm going to color this, and then I'm going to hold this up to the camera because I want you to see the difference. So this is a really cute hot air balloon from one of the new stamp sets from Stampin' Up. Now, do you see the difference here? So you can see that the Stampin' Write marker, and it sat for quite some time. It doesn't look even and shaded, and the hot air balloon with the Stampin' blends does. The coloring is even and it's all shaded. Now, one of the things I did is over on my blog, I showed some photos of how I store my Stampin' blends. This storage option is available through Stampin' Up. There's links below the video for all the stuff that I'm sharing here today. I keep my Stampin' blends up on top of my desktop, so it's really easy for me to grab them when I'm coloring. I don't want to have to go to a different area of my craft room to get them. And then this is just your comparison video or photo so that you can see the difference. So follow along with me on this series. Make sure you go to my blog because there is a PDF there where you can print out all the Stampin' blends, and there's going to be more PDFs and information as we go through the weeks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you'd like to see using the Stampin' blends. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.